What up, guys? Guess what? TITANX and that whole ecosystem is now on Mista Phi's radar. We've cleaned up Drip, talked about Animal Farm, talked about Elephant Money, talked about MSS, going through all these crappy protocols, and now got a new one to look at. And we are about to get into it. Let's jump into TITANX real quick. All right, what's going on, guys? In this video, I am going to do a quick analysis on the Hydra DragonX token, LP, whatever you want to call it, because I did get a request from New Day, New Dollar asking me to look into it. And he says, with caution, all right? And as I am in DeFi, you guys know I just jumped up out of DeFi because I just got tired of the scams. But I'm like, can't make any promises, but but send me the link on this. Bruh, I was able to find it, so no problem. And I'm like, if you feel that it calls for caution, you're probably 100% correct. Follow your intuition because 99.99999 of everything in DeFi is crap. But shoot me a link over and I'll take a look. All right, so guys, I am looking into this, and per the request of New Day, New Dollar, and for those of you guys that are either interested in getting to TITANX or that whole entire platform, this video is for you. And in this video, I am going to start off focusing on the Hydra DragonX LP that New Day, New Dollar requested. All right. So let's jump over here to that chart. And just looking at the chart, guys, it looks like a dead one, right? We've seen this pattern so many times before. Price shoots up at the beginning, comes down, people take their profits, and then comes down, stays down. But let's look at this in a little bit more detail, and we're going to zoom in and discuss a few things about this because I've actually looked into this platform a little bit more, and there's more to it than meets the eye. So that 99.999% that I had mentioned, I'm gonna give these devs benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna explain to you why in a little bit. But let's specifically target this Hydra DragonX protocol here. So the chart looks bad. The chart looks real bad, right? This is not Hydra to USD or anything like this. This is not showing us what it is in dollars or ETH or anything, but in DragonX. Nevertheless, this price is continuing a decline towards zero, right? And that's not something we ever want to see. Who wants to come in and buy something at 0.00001128 and then sell it another denomination down, right? No one wants to see this. However, there is a farm that is associated with this through which we can generate yield, right? And right now that Hydra DragonX limited pair liquidity pair is kicking out 300+% APY. But before we jump in and just get this, first we understand that as more capital comes into this LP, that APR is going to decrease. And second of all, is it really worth buying Hydra in order to put it in this LP, right? So let's check that out real quick. And by looking at this chart, like I say, it doesn't look good, guys, but what we're going to do is we see a steady, somewhat of a steady downtrend. Okay, and I'm just going to take it from this period, this point here, and we see that little trend line just going down. And you know, it could certainly come back up or whatever case is, but it's very clear that there's a trend going downward, right? So let's take just a single day, and I'm going to take the smallest of the days going down, or somewhat of the smallest. I guess that's the smallest right there. Let's hit somewhere in the middle. Here's one right here. Okay, so let's focus on this little candlestick right here, and we are on a daily chart. And let's estimate, guys, this just dropping this percentage each day. Now we see on some days it's doing 3 or 4 times that, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt because sometimes we have some upticks, right? So let's take this and say, and we're just gonna calculate the percentage drop that was for that day. And that is, we're looking at 4803 to 5185. Let's see, get my calculator. 5185 minus 4803, I think it was. And then we're going to divide that by 5185 to get that percentage. So we are looking at 7.3%. That's a 7.3% drop a day, guys. And that's not good. That's not good at all. So let's jump over to what we'll be getting if we are putting our capital into this LP. We will be kicking out 348% per day. I mean, per year. APY, I guess. And that's, of course, 365 days a year. That's going to be less than what? 1% a day. So if we are losing a value of 7% and only increasing by 1%, you guys do the math, right? That's a loss of 6%. So is it really interesting to get into this particular farm? No, it's not. Okay, because you're going to be losing a percentage. Now, I did notice here a little calculator where you can kind of assess, hey, if you did this over the long term for a year, whatever the case is, these numbers kind of grow if you compound. So like if you're doing it for a year and you compound it daily, it's saying you can turn that $100 into $3,000. Now, of course, we're looking now more at 3,000%. But keep in mind, guys, this number here, the 348% that they advertise, number one, that's going to fluctuate. It's definitely going to go down as more liquidity comes into that farm. Second of all, we don't know what this price is going to do over the course of time. It could go up. It could continue to drop down. But if we come into this farm and we are on a mission to compound daily, now I haven't tried things out yet, so I'm not sure how it works behind the scenes, but based on this calculator, it's saying if we do this for a period of a year, then that's 3,122%. Now, in that regard, let's pull out our calculator and say 3,122% divided by 365. Well, that'll be kicking out about 8%. Okay, so in this regard, guys, keep in mind this is compounding, so all of that beefy compound juice doesn't come in at the beginning, right? That continues to grow over the course of time. So is this a good play? I would say not really, not right now. I'm not convinced that it would be, especially with the price dropping like this. Okay, so in this regard, new day, new dollar, I would not do the Hydra DragonX farm right now. However, guys, I've completed the request in that particular request right there. But I am going to tap into this a little bit more because as I start looking into TITANX, I'm actually impressed, guys. I'm be serious with you. I'm impressed by the things this guy's doing. So this guy's name is Jake Sharp, the developer of this, and I think he's working with somebody else. I forget the name or whatever the case is, but um, this protocol actually could be beneficial. I can see some really good potential in it. And so I pulled up the white paper on the farms. Now I know he's doing some miners and all that type of stuff too. I don't do miners because I don't like locking up my capital. One of the things about these farms is that you can get in and get out whenever you want to. So as I was looking over the information about the farms, let's see, how does it work? Users can withdraw their liquidity and claim rewards at any time. So if you have options like this in place and it doesn't cost too much to purchase the token or get out of the token and sell it off, or whatever case it is, exit your position, then this might be interesting. So I will actually be trying this out, guys, and I will probably get into some of the lower APY farms because we can potentially earn this incentive token from it. And also the DragonX token and the TITANX token are some key tokens that people might want to kind of put their eyes upon because these things are set to be deflationary. I think I've read some information about a day 365 where um, some a certain amount, millions of dollars of Ethereum were released that they're going to be injecting into the protocol. So these things are something you might want to keep an eye on, guys. And I'm just going to come in with a little play money just to test out the system. In addition to that, I am going to try to reach out to the developer myself because this is interesting. And I've heard him mention that they might be expanding to other blockchains and things like that. Well, one of the things about the Bitcoin wallet that I know I've introduced it to you guys as a way to generate yield, which it is. It's also a way to transact in Bitcoin using micro payments, right? You can send small transactions of Bitcoin, which isn't something you can typically do on the blockchain. And also, there's so much more to it where it can actually integrate with the DeFi sector. So while right now he's paying out rewards in this TINK token, platforms like this can actually pay you out in Bitcoin as well through these wallets. So it can be like a seamless or set up to be a seamless exchange for you guys to receive tokens in Bitcoin, right? Actually receive rewards in Bitcoin. So this is a collaboration that I might reach out to Jake and discuss because this can be a huge opportunity both for his platform, for our platform, and for all of our users, right? And based on what I've been hearing him talk about in his videos, he is not the type that came out here to scam people either. So those are some good things that I like to hear about this particular developer. And when I look at his product that he's releasing, these are some things that I actually like seeing because this type of platform doesn't just bring in money from investors to pay out the investors that have already invested. It's actually having some type of source of income through which it can pay out all of its users. All right, so I am going to end this video here. If you guys want to see me demonstrate further use of the farms, I might get into the miners later. I need to really do a deeper dive on this and understand how the system works to a greater degree, but I'll certainly jump in the farms really quickly. So if that's something you guys would like to see, I will certainly do that. And we'll cut this video short for now. Got any questions, comments, leave them in the description below, and we will holler on the next one. Peace out.